for y'all to get in here. So let me tell you this really quickly. Um, and I want to do it in a way. I'm gonna offend somebody. You know what I'm saying? That offending somebody is the least of my worries. But I want to make sure that the information is correct. Sometimes the truth offends people. As black people, the coming together is important, right? It's a very important thing. But the way that you come together is not by bashing folks indirectly or directly. You cannot bash somebody into cooperation, no matter how much you think you can, right? You can talk about them. You can point out all the wrongs that they're doing, and in your mind, you think that pointing out wrongs will help them understand what it is that they're done wrong, and then they're going to change it. No, because a lot of the times your approach to something is harsh as constructive criticism when there's no love behind it. Am I saying you got to be all namby-pamby and stuff like that? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Am I saying, oh, you got to stop all? If cussing is so deeply ingrained in your vocabulary that you can't get it out, then that's just what you do. But it's kind of crazy to say, oh, I'm not gonna, you can't get through to my message. You can't understand my message because I cuss. No, I can't understand your message because there's no love behind it. There's a lot of people that cuss. I don't think there's too many people that don't cuss, right? Like even I cuss when I get mad, when I get upset, when I'm pissed off of somebody. Words can invoke emotion, right? So even if I'm talking to you passionately, I may not have to cuss. I may not have to cuss at all. I may have to understand I'm not gonna say may. I have to understand who the audience is that I'm talking to. And I cannot pick and choose where they're just a giant chamber of echoes. They're all yes men and women or yes people. They're all gonna agree with me. And if you get into a situation like that, that is dangerous. That is for the very same reason that you're saying you're not with Christianity, you're not with Muslims, you're not with religion. That is religion. That is one of the founding principles of religion, is for all of you to mass agree on something. And that's what a lot of black people are doing now once they gain a following. And that's there's always these little micro doors that are open that lead to certain rooms. And if that's the metaphor I want to use. There's little doors. There's little doors that are open, and if you go through this door, it'll lead you to a bigger room. And if you go through this door, it leads you to a smaller room. And you keep going through this maze of rooms, and in each room, there's different things that you're going to learn. So if you open this small little door, it may lead to a giant well of knowledge. But you can open this massive door, and it'd be a closet, and all you get is a couple of little things that you learn, and then you got to move on to the next room. But how you navigate your way through this giant house called life is solely upon you, right? You have to make the correct decisions. And even when you make bad decisions, you got to make sure that the next door you go through, is a better choice. You choose this door because of knowledge, of experience, of wisdom, of teachings from people who came there before you, who've already navigated some of the house. And now they're in their last couple of rooms kind of relaxing. They're just going to, relax this existence on the way. So what I mean by that, what do I mean by this? If you're talking to black people, you're trying to uplift them, right? Uplifting them, you cannot indirectly bash them by saying, all of you black people who decide to get up and go to work at a 9-to-5. Am I saying this because I have a 9-to-5? No, I'm saying this and had no thoughts of opening up a business because of the previous teachings that I had that said that white supremacy was so ingrained in this nation that me as a black dude, just because of my skin color, I can do nothing but work for them. So that's what I did. I worked for them. You got to understand that these people that you are talking to have been raised up in these certain types of mindsets for their whole life since they were a kid. And now they're coming to you on YouTube for a short period of time for you to tell them that because they have a 9-to-5 job, they have been aiding white supremacy and all the bad things in America that has happened to black people. How are they supposed to take that? So now let's flip that on its head, because I just got done on my, if you want to go to my Perspective Wisdom podcast, I'll try to put that link, because people pay attention to the wrong things on YouTube. They'll look all around in the background and be talking about something that's going on in the background. Don't care about anything that you're saying out of your mouth, no matter how on topic you are, which is why I need to get to a point where I can do video editing and have, things pop up on the screen so you can pay attention to that stuff while I'm talking. And I'm getting there. I'm going to get there. But in the meantime, I still got other things to do. But you cannot indirectly offend these people and think that it's cool and then shun them off when they come to you with valid concerns. So if I come to you and I say, hey, man, hey, Jane, and every now and then I may run out of a little money, but I have enough money to take care of my kids and pay my bills and stuff like that. And I work a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I have a happy life. So now you can't shutting them off and say, well, that's you. I'm not talking about you. Or, I'm saying, well, when you're ready to open up your business, you come to me. You come to me with money in your hand, and I will show you how to open up your business. Now, as you show me how to open up my business and run my business and sustain my business, if I fail, what guarantee do I have from you? Because I'm listening to you. Evidently, I had to climb out there on a limb to listen to you and invoke the things that you're talking about into my life and follow your methods and all of that stuff. Oh, and by the way, all of that. So to you, you're saying, oh, I provided the service. If you fail, that's kind of on you. I mean, I can give you your money back or I can give you a discount. But that doesn't change my situation. Me paying you back $59.99. I mean, me paying you $59.99, not getting the service, and you give me back my $59.99. That does not change my situation. Because what if I quit my job in order to do that? Well, I'm not telling you to quit your job. Yes, you are. Indirectly, you're telling me to quit your job. And see, this is the thing. When people open their mouth, they're not thinking about everything that comes with it, comes out of your mouth. You should go over it and go over it again and make sure there's not no little holes or no little back doors in the philosophy that you're spitting to people. You keep talking about you spitting game. Well, if you spitting game and you're telling me I don't have no dreams, goals, and ambitions because I don't want to own land, because I don't want to buy a house, and because I don't want to quit my job and work for myself. Okay, well, what if I love my job? Well, stay at your job there. So now it's plausible deniability. You see how this is a circle and it just keeps going around? So no matter how much I chase you to tell you that, hey, I'm listening to you. You got a little bit of stuff going on. I like what it is that you have going on, but I may not necessarily want to do what you're doing. I may not want to rap, act, sing, dance, make t-shirts. I may not want to do that stuff. Maybe I like to drive trucks. Maybe I like to go to the corporate job and be an accountant. Well, be an accountant for yourself then. Let me show you how to do that. You cannot show me how to do something in a field that you're not in. You can give me a foundation of business principles. And if that's what you're promising, then behind you promising, giving me those business principles for me to go out and be my own accountant and show me some new things. Don't secretly or behind the scenes tell me that I am undergirding white supremacy, or I'm an Uncle Tom because I took some money from a contract from this, that, and the third. And you want to go back and dig into all of my little history and my dealings. This black dude right here did business with some white dude or some non-black dude or some non-black woman or some white woman. And now this solidifies that he or she is an Uncle Tom. Let's draw the attention over there. And you've been doing this for years. You've been flip-flopping for years. Words are spells, everybody. I need you to understand that. Words are spells in a way that I can't even explain to you, because the more you listen to these words, the more you come under the spell of whatever it is that they're casting. And they're casting it in a way that it's a circle. So if you chasing them, you're just going to be chasing them in a circle. You're going to say, hey, well, I don't like this. Oh, well, that's not my problem. I don't like this. I'm going to block you. I don't like this. I'm going to time you out. I don't like this. No, you're not with this crew. You're not with this gang. You're not with this over here. And then I'll give you what you're asking for. And then I follow you. I pay you this money. And then once I pay you this money, you still don't give me what it is that they need in their life all the time, because you're not around them enough to know what they need in their life. what they tell you, and what they to make themselves look a little bit better than where they are. The only people that don't lie about where they are in society is homeless people. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about trying to count kids in there and all of this other stuff. No, homeless people are the freest people in the world. Freest people. They don't care about judgment or no junk like that. What they do care about is what you say to them. Yes, words hurt. Words will hurt your feelings. Words will get you punched in your face faster than anything else. So the whole thing about words don't hurt. Yeah, no, those people are lying. Go up to them and call them a name. Call them a name. Me and my wife have a term. We call it bandos, right? Bandos is BANDO. Bitch ass niggas over. Sorry. I had a phone call pop up, but I'm just gonna let y'all go ahead, man, because I'm way too passionate right now to tell y'all how I really truly feel about the way that the black community is being led by these people who have followings now, who have followings of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and they're just sitting up here and they appreciate you. They say they appreciate you all the time, right? They appreciate you. You like, comment, share, you drop in the shoe support way. Attention. Don't look for them to give you anything back. Not a cup, not a t-shirt, not advice to change your life, because none of that stuff is going to help you change your life. There's not a word that they can speak. And you can get up here and type in the comments all you want to and say, oh, well, this person changed my life. No, they didn't change your life. You did. Thing that they said and it clicked to you in a different way. So it's not them. Anybody could have said it. You could have read it in a book. You could have heard it just randomly. A little kid could have said something to change your life, but you're not listening to everything. So because you're not listening to everything, you have no idea that this thing has been said to you over and over and over again. History repeats itself. This universe repeats itself continuously until it stops. That's why it's always a 360. Everything's a ball, everything's a circle, and all of that stuff. It's always a circle because it's continuous. It is infinity. It will continue to exist even long after you're gone. You can say what you want. You can try to speculate and all of this stuff, but everything that already happened is happening again. It's just happening in your life. And once you die, it's going to happen in your kid's life, and so forth and so on and so on and so on. And if you don't understand that, you'll live this life thinking that you're going to change things in a way that's going to be monumentous and the world is going to be changed forever. No, look at how people are talking trash about Martin Luther King now. How long has he been dead? How long has it been since he done the speeches and letters of Birmingham from a Birmingham jail and all of that stuff, and it changed people's lives, right? So influential. And I have a video up here where I talk about Martin Luther King, where some of the things that he done paved the way and the mindset for you to be able to speak on him the way that you're speaking on him with this free mindset, because you didn't grow up in the time that he grew up in. So did he change things? Yeah, he did change some stuff. But is history repeating itself? Absolutely. It's repeating itself. And the reason why you don't understand that it's repeating itself is because you yourself have a different mindset. History has not changed. The universe has not changed. But you as a person are just now experiencing history and the universe and the world and reality. That's it. So once you're dead and gone, if you were able to come back and see 20 years life and the universe and the world the same exact way that you are. No, that's not what I'm saying. Live your life. But what I'm saying is, the much is given, much is required. If you got this following and you trying to lead the black community, or you call yourself not trying to lead the black community, but yet instead you always giving out advice to lead the black community, then you might want to understand what it is that you're talking about behind just the general information. That means you might want to have some wisdom when you open up your mouth and speak. Don't tell nobody because they don't have a job. Because they have a job and they're not trying to buy land, and they're not, if I quit my job, or even if I don't quit my job, if I start working on my business and I come and tell you, are you going to praise me on the same platform in which you demonize me in general on? Are you going to come back and say, hey, I met this guy the other day that has 4 kids and a wife, and he got a job, and he said he living a happy life and stuff like that, and he helps out people every now and then. Maybe I was wrong on what I was saying in totality about these things. Maybe I need to take a step back and change how I approach this thing. So the people who want to open up a business, hey, come holler at me. I got some information that y'all may need. But the people who don't want to open up a business, hey, if you work at that 9 to 5, send me some stories of y'all helping out a big brother. Send me some stories of you adopting a child out of orphanage so they can stop getting abused. You know, send me some of those good stories so I can report on that stuff. And so my following, my hundreds of thousands of followers can see some good things going on in the Black community instead of always focusing on the bad things. Did I say not to focus on them? No, you focus on them a little bit. You fix what you can fix. Some things are too far gone. It just sees the same trash that all you got to do is report. What good is Black white TV station and they reporting all the bad stuff that's going on in the Black community? Then I come to the Black people to see if they're gonna report something different, and they report the same things, and then they just put their twist on it because they really live it and they real. Excuse me. They ain't gonna tell you no lies. I don't care. I don't give a F. And all of that animated stuff. What's the difference between you and the white people? What's the difference between what they're doing and what you're saying you're doing? The only thing you're doing now is giving lip service about what you're doing differently. But to the eye test, you're not doing anything differently. Put some emphasis on the young boys that are doing what they're supposed to do, got straight A's, all in honors classes, or going to college early. Oh, and that's the last thing I'm gonna hit on is the whole thing about college. People keep telling you college is a scam because they don't know how to use college. Have I went to college? Yes. Have I got a degree? Yes. Have I worked in my business field? No. You want to know why? Because I thought college was something different because of what these Black people were telling me. And I went to college with their mindset. Had I not went to college with their mindset, and I would have went to college with the correct information, I would have known that college is a springboard for me to get into whatever the corporate job or industry it is that I want to get into, and already have experience by the time I step my foot in there to either have the job or start writing contracts for my own self. That's what it is. People respect you in that industry if you go to work for a Nike factory and you grab doing it. And that's just an example. That's just an example. So you done these internships. That's why you're supposed to stay with your parents or stay in the dormitory and save your money so you can do internships. That's why you're not supposed to have kids before you go to college and do all of this other stuff and then try to go to college in your later years. Well, after you got a family and it's all this burden on you and you got to fight and press and all of that stuff. No, it's supposed to be a joyous time. There are kids right now that are going to college, 18, 19, 20 years old. They're doing internships at the company or the factory that they want to work at. And once they finish that school and they get that degree, they walk right into that job. And you're trying to figure out how they walked into that job because you got a college degree too, but your college degree is from whatever the college is that you went to, and you didn't do no internships and you don't have no experience. And then you're going to say that me and him both have a college degree. So why is it that he gets a job this many percentage more than I do? But this is what I'm talking about the misinformation. And the person who gave you that information, if you go back to them and say, hey, you gave me the wrong information about college. This is how I should have done college. You know what they're going to tell you? Out of the statute. Or, oh, I'm glad you found that out. Good job. I led you in the right direction. They're going to take the credit for you and all your hard work and your experiences to learn the lesson. And then they're going to go on their platform and tell their followers how they helped you out. And you're trying to uplift and help Black people. Before you open your mouth, know all of the talking points that come behind whatever the topic is you about to bring up. And then try to gain some wisdom on that thing before you open your mouth up, because you got young kids watching. You got young kids listening and following the things that you're telling them. And right now, it looks like they're just being so successful. But when that thing breaks apart and it crumbles on them, where you going to be at? Are you keeping tabs and accountability on the people that you help and send in these directions so that when it does crumble on them or they do something wrong, they need that help? So if that means coming out of your pocket to pay for rent because they done lost their job or they didn't get no contracts this month, then that's what you do. Oh, but money is more important to you. Money's not a tool for you. Money is a symbol for you, a status symbol. Money has to be a tool. Just like a contractor uses a hammer. If I got 40 million hammers, how many of those hammers do I need to complete one house? Because the other however many million sitting over there just not doing nothing. Oh, that's for my lineage. That's for, I gotta eat. I gotta build all these houses, and I gotta shut up. That's what I, because at one end they'll tell you that there's infinite amounts of money in this economy and all of that stuff. And then on the other end, they will brag to you about how much money they have more than you. And how you can get the same amount. How you can do this. You better do that. And once you surpass them and you don't feel, oh, now they're worried about what you say out your mouth, because now that can get you punched in your face. Whatever, you know what to do as far as that goes. If you wanna get at me, you got some questions offline. My email is collins.johnson83, spelled just like my name, just like my YouTube page, just like my Facebook page, just like my Instagram. collins.johnson83 @gmail.com.